Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another trailer reaction featuring the best boys, Getselious and Sithscott.
Hello.
And this time around, we'll be reacting to one of my favorite indie RPGs from the past. There's a remaster for Breath of Death VII. It's called Breath of Death VII Reimagined. And I'm excited to talk more about this game. It's done by Shadow Layer Games. I can't wait to talk more about it. As you may not know, or somehow fell into it, Scott and I are a fan of RPGs, both indie and AAA.
Yes, we are.
We love RPGs. It can be made by anybody. It can be by a guy it can be by a guy in a cave. It can be by 40 Japanese people who secretly love their waifu. Same thing to us. Doesn't matter.
Give me all those RPG Maker nonsense. I will play them all.
Same, yeah. It's all about execution, baby. So we're gonna get into this trailer reaction, talking about this game, and you can't check Breath of Death, and I'll just call it Breath of Death because Breath of Death 7. There's no 1 through 6. There was never 1 through 6. How did anyway? We'll get to that later.
They don't count. It's fine.
Yeah, Shadow Layer is gonna get on that. They need to fix that. So, without the way, before we get into the trailer, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified to go live with content, and check out the Outerhaven YouTube page. We have trailer reactions, gameplay, interviews, live streams, and more at the Outerhaven YouTube channel. Oh, Shadow Layer game, Breath of Death 7, the beginning, So, this game was created by, I believe, one of the people that also worked on the original Breath of Death and several other of the RPGs that was formerly done by Wii Board Games. The games we're referring to,
game.
yeah, exactly, yeah, and Wii Board, and it was Cosmic Star Heroine, which is peak. I recommend everyone playing that. Cosmic Star Heroine is fantastic, and This Way to Madness Lies. Those two are like top two. I recommend, easy peasy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you play, Cthulhu Saves Christmas, and everything. But this one I recommend. Those two I recommend. And this is a remaster. And art-wise, yeah. The interesting part about this is that the original Breath of Death is, I call it always under perma sale. You can always get it. But in reality, it's not a very expensive game. You buy it at full price.
Yeah, I think like full price is like $3 or $4, and then it's usually on sale for like $2, sometimes even $1.
Yeah. So I highly recommend if you want to play the original, get an idea of it. But it is a great It is a very, I think the original is a little more hardcore RPG, but it's a good game. They had tons of parodies, such as Dem is a silent protagonist who hates his life, but he is what he is. So, this game feels like a nice touch up with the current graphics they have. Like, this is definitely a huge upgrade from like 8-bit. This is like 16-bit, like Super Nintendo-esque, Sega, like even the Sega Genesis level graphics.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
Yeah. And the coolest part about this is like this game feels like it adds a lot of from their prior games, like it's like I said, played Cosmic Star Heroine, and if you played This Way to Madness Lies, you've also played Cthulhu Saves the World. A lot of those mechanics in those games you'll see in this game, but it kind of originated from this game that got over there. So it's really cool to see like the transformation, or in this case, the retransformation.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is that my personal excitement about this game is that because Shadow Layer had a chance to I want to remaster Cthulhu Saves the World.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which, if you haven't already wishlist it on Steam, it's Poggers. I'm going to be playing it day one when it comes out. I'm a huge fan of this, I would say a huge fan of this style of RPG games. These RPG games are great because not only do they have really strong in-depth mechanics and a lot of comedy and interesting parts about it, and it looks great, these games are relatively short to beat. You could beat it in one or two afternoons at best. Maybe 2 afternoons if you got to take a nap,
Yeah. You could easily beat this in an afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm debating, if I could beat this, could I just stream this game and beat it in one sitting, But I had to do the reading. There's no voice acting, of course, so read.
Gotta use your reading abilities.
Yeah, I gotta read. But
And you
joke,
can't voice any of Dem's lines.
yeah, that's actually the hard part. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I do like how like the game has made improvements. I like how it looks completely different. They added more content from the original game, so I'm very excited to put my hands on this game, get a chance to play it. The only thing I hope it's successful enough for Shadow Layer for them to consider maybe remastering Cthulhu Saves the World, which is another fun RPG they made back in the day, which I find interesting and fun.
Yeah, I hope that we get to see more of this coming out of Shadow Layer. And I do wonder if they're going to start doing also newer titles or, titles that will help us figure out where the other Breath of Death games came from.
Yeah, exactly. Like we 1 through 6, bro. I mean, come on. Or really funny? He does a sequel called Breath of Death X.
Where
just,
the
just
other ones go?
exactly. Yeah, that would be great. I would pay for that 100%. I want that. I want that so bad. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out trailer reaction for Breath of Death 7, The Awakening, the beginning of the series. Obviously, the beginning of the series, and Reimagined. I think this looks like an excellent remaster of a classic RPG game that I really recommend you guys playing out. If you like your quirky, kind of short event, quirky RPG, because this game has a lot of style and pizzazz in it, and has a lot of love letters to classic RPG mechanics, RPG games, and I really appreciate for that. So I recommend checking out the original and checking out the remastered when it comes out, reanimated.
Do it.
Do
It's
it,
only
yeah.
going to be $5 on launch.
That would be great. That would be pretty funny. That would be great. So yeah, I can't wait to try this game out. I'm looking forward to see what more of this game, and that's pretty much that in a nutshell. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Outerhaven YouTube channel to check out more content coming from myself, Getselious and Sithscott. If you want to know what we're up to, you can always follow us on social media. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Getselious, and the same for Sithscott. You want to find out what he's up to, you can find him on Blue Sky and Twitter at Sithscott. If you want to catch me streaming live, you can again subscribe to the YouTube channel. I stream live here on YouTube, and I also stream on Twitch. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Getselious. If you want to catch Sithscott live streaming when he plus his gacha pools, check him out on twitch.tv/Sithscott. And
Yes.
with that, I will see you guys in the next one.
See ya.